Your recent score is for Little Children, an absolutely fantastic film directed by Todd Field, with whom you'd worked with on In the Bedroom. Now, In the Bedroom was a return not to suburbia so much as Little America, people living ordinary everyday lives, which are pretty horrifically disrupted. What was it like to find a new sound for In the Bedroom after the success of American Beauty?
It was Christmas time, I remember, and Todd Field, I met through his father-in-law, Bo Goldman, who was is a writer, and who had worked on Son of a Woman and Meet Joe Black, and I knew him sort of, and he was a great guy, and he called me and said, I have this, a son-in-law who just directed a film, would you mind talking to him? And I thought to myself, well, all right, I will, and Todd called, and he wanted me to see the movie, and I was reluctant to see the movie. I was very busy. But it was clear that I was going to see the movie, and Todd was going to be in the room while I saw it. And I did, and I remember I was just reluctant. I was just resisting. And the movie started, and I'm skeptical, and then about 20 minutes in, this event happens, and as an audience member, I was just lost. I thought, I have no idea where this movie is going. And I loved that. I just thought it was wow. There had not been a movie experience where I thought I'm riveted because I'm just lost. I don't know where this is going to end up. And it made me think I just had to work on the movie because I thought it was just good. And when you see something that's good, you want to help it be good. I knew that the score was going to be minimal. There was 25 to 30 minutes of music in it. Beyond that, I just thought, well, how can we clarify it? How can we make it interesting to watch and not overly dark. I remember a lot of the temp music was very dark, and I thought darkness was descriptive, and description made the movie less ambiguous, and ambiguity was, in fact, a very motivating, dramatic aspect to the movie. So, again, it was an attempt on my part to just help the movie be what it innately was because I so respected it.
How would you describe Todd's worldview as centered around normal American families?
I don't know that I would describe a worldview from Todd so much as Todd, kind of entering into the world of these stories and being a filmmaker. I think he's a very accomplished filmmaker with a very specific point of view that he's able to carry out.
Here's music from composer Thomas Newman's first score for director Todd Field, In the Bedroom, Baseball, and Last Call. Now, Little Children, I'd say, is for the lack of a better word, it's a lighter, and probably for me, even a more enjoyable film than In the Bedroom. There's a very sardonic quality, especially with the narrator who's always making an ironic commentary. Do you think he wanted to take a lighter approach with this film?
I don't know that he wanted to take a lighter approach with the film so much as he was interested in the material, and the material suggested a more satire. But the satire is very muted satire, and it's also couched in, I think, genuine sincerity. And by sincerity, I meant sincerity of its characters, meaning that the situations are odd and unreal, but also honest, meaning people making bad choices can still have moments of tenderness. And therefore, how, as a musician, do you say, all right, how do I tonally track this where I'm not eye-rolling, but in fact I'm letting these characters kind of develop naturally and accommodating the satire, but also allowing for the genuine sincerity of the dramatic situations. That's a mouthful, but...
No, it makes sense. Now, as a father, of three kids, and you've been in a very long marriage, how do you put your own personal experiences into a score like Little Children?
I bet I don't. I mean, I bet, again, I'm the empath. I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to imagine what the characters are like, or when I can, describing the characters, as much as I hate musical description. I don't know that I bring a personal approach to it so much as a dramatic approach.
Here's music from Tom Newman's score for Little Children, The Bandshell and Red Bathing Suit.